time, you barely notice the tingle. It's just another new sensation that comes with your diagnosis, like the feeling of the port jutting from the skin below your clavicle, or the itch of the unfurled expanders above the angry scars in your chest. The expanders are there waiting for you to be done with treatment to do their job, to furl, as it were, and begin the work of making you look like none of this ever happened. But first, you have to let it happen. Your first round isn't bad. You find out they often aren't. Chemo's first trick, letting you think it's no biggie, just sit in a chair, get a little sick, hashtag kick cancer's ass. The night after your first round, you pick at the mashed potatoes your youngest leaves on her plate, and Tom puts the girls to bed. When he comes back down, he looks worried that he's left you, and you assure him you are fine. I got this, you say. But if you got the first round, it's the second round that gets you. The second round is when your hair starts to fall out in small feathery clumps, and even though you knew it was coming, even though you cut it to mitigate the inevitable, you find you still cry because it seems impossible that very soon you will have no hair, because that has never been true. Even as a newborn, your mother tells you you were covered in fur, a baby gorilla, she says, fine black hair all up and down your small back and shoulders. But within a week of the second treatment, you will be balding, and you will be vomiting, and you will be praying that stage 4 isn't that bad, even though there is no such thing as stage 5. You will barely notice the tingle and will only mention it to Dr. Bogosian in passing when he checks in on you, a piece of hard candy in his cheek from the old man 3 chairs down. Side effect, he will say, and you will nod. There are so many of those thick stapled packets worth that they handed to Tom at that first team meeting, a list so long, neither of you bothered to read it. It is your mother who will notice them first. On the third round, she will come out to help take care of the girls, because you and Tom will have finally admitted that you cannot do it on your own. You do not got this. She will hear you in the bathroom throwing up. She will brush the hair from your forehead, and both of you will pretend not to notice the fluff that pulls away with her fingers. She will rub your back, and you will not hear this, but she will say, "What's this?" at a little knot she feels beneath the fabric of your pajamas. At your appointment with Dr. Bogosian the next day, she will say something. As he is leaving, hand on the door, she will blurt, "There's something on her back." And the way she says this, and with you on the table and her in the chair, you will feel just like a child at a pediatrician's office. Briefly, you will wonder if you are going to get a lollipop as the doctor parts the back of your paper gown and says, "Huh." Just like that. Huh. And then he pushes gently on the area where your back tingles. "Huh," he says again. A second push on the other side of your back. This one hurts a little, static shock of pain. It reminds you of the way your breasts hurt when they were growing, the breasts you no longer have, little buds on your chest. Huh. You can hear that Dr. Bogosian is holding his breath as he touches you, and you begin to be afraid. When he tells you not to put your clothes back on and leaves without saying anything more, your legs begin to shake, feet rattling the cabinets below the table. There are more tests and scans, biopsies both shallow and deep, and all of these come back saying not cancer, or rather that there is still cancer everywhere, but the things on your back are definitively not cancer. They are something else. We will watch them, is what your team decides. At this meeting, you will notice that your team has grown to twice its original size. Metastasized, in the language of the oncology ward. Your doctors have metastasized. You will overhear one of these new doctors refer to your case as fascinating. It is never a good thing to be fascinating to doctors. Your girls' school lets out for summer. You and Tom talk about camp, about the value of keeping things normal for them, but after about a week, you yank them out, preferring to keep them nearby. This means that your mother drives you and your daughters to the park and the pool and the museum and all the places that she used to take you when you were a little girl on summer vacation. It also means that they come to chemo with you. They lay on the floor of the waiting room coloring while your mother researches anti-inflammatory vegan diets on her phone. When you feel up to it, they visit you, one at a time, sitting next to you in your chair, chattering in bright voices. You pluck their curious fingers away from the port and the bag and the drip and the line and everything else they're not supposed to be touching while you do your best to answer, "What's this, Mommy? What's this? What's this?" Until you can't answer anymore, until you send them back to their grandma saying, "Mommy needs to rest." The buds grow bigger. Dr. Bogosian says this is unexpected because chemo is supposed to stop things from growing, even things that are not cancer. In August, the scar on the left side of your chest grows hot. Your expander has become infected and needs to be removed, along with more tissue, a second slash on top of the first. After the surgery, you make a joke with Dr. Bogosian. You say it's okay that you only have one expander now because your right boob has always been bigger than your left. Bogosian doesn't laugh. He says, "You are too weak for another surgery." In the hospital, you sleep on your side. The skin on the growth is fresh and sensitive, like the surface of your lips or the flesh above a new bruise. The day before they send you home, you ask your mother to show you the things on your back. She begs the nurses for a hand mirror, and the two of you execute an awkward dance in the bathroom, your surgery-sore arms holding the mirror up while she parts the back of your gown so you can see better. The buds have bloomed, elongating into small but separate parts, a protrusion which folds back onto itself like the crook of an elbow. As you look at them, your eyes keep dragging back to the strange foreign body these new limbs hang from, the shiny scalp, hairless skin, the bony stack of your spine. Your arms are too weak to hold the mirror for long, so you hand it back to your mother. "I can't," you say. She offers to take a picture with her phone so you can really see. You shake your head. This is not something you want a photo of. You go home. In September, the girls go back to school, and the old man who passed out hard candy at chemo goes back to wherever it is he belongs. He got better. You are still sick. Your brother comes out to visit for a week. He sits with you at chemo and he makes you laugh so hard you start coughing. A nurse rushes to your station and scolds him. He winks at you as she walks away, and you have to be careful not to start again. It is he who first uses the word. "Okay, sis, let's see what everyone's making such a fuss about," he says to you after parking the car in the hospital lot. You turn away from him and lift your shirt from the shoulders, clawing at the fabric to expose the skin of your back. "Wings," he says. He breathes the word. And you have to admit that that is in fact what they look like. The uncooked wings of a Thanksgiving turkey. The sallow color of chemicals, a thick membrane of skin stretching from where they sprout from your back and their edge. Can you move them? He asks. You shake your head. You can't. You drop your shirt and sit back, the two of you quiet for a minute in the cab of your car. Well, I don't know about you, he says, but for some reason I'm craving Hooters. He leaves the next day. When he hugs you goodbye, he threads his arms over yours, squeezing you tightly, pinning the growths into your back. He holds you too long, but at least he does not say it is because he worries he will never see you again. Your wings grow bigger. They pull at the shoulders of your shirt and dip out below the hems. They are hot. Every other part of you is freezing, shivering cold, but the wings burn and sweat. Your mother so snaps onto an old shirt, leaving room for your growths to breathe. It feels wonderful to have air on this new skin. You go to your 10th round with your wings unbound. There are looks, of course, as you make your way to the treatment room, but for a moment, as you are walking, you feel the air pull at the skin that spans between the folds, and your whole body hums like a string on a guitar, warm and round and right. At the team meeting with Bogosian and your ever-increasing number of specialists, they project your latest scans. Continents of cancer glow green on the map of your body. There is a reduction, but not enough to take the grim look off of Bogosian's face. As they talk about you, the doctors seem to forget that you are even in the room, saying the patient and this case instead of your name. As you are leaving, you hear Bogosian tell someone that they needed a miracle and that they got one, but it was the wrong miracle. But you keep going. In November, for your birthday, Tom takes you and the girls to the beach house you usually visit in the summer. It's cold and windy, but the kids don't seem to mind. You buy them pizza and taffy at all the old familiar places and watch as they press their noses to the gates of the amusement parks that have closed for the season. Because it is a vacation, there is sex, or at least there is an attempt at sex, but the contrast is too sad to sustain. You were here a year ago, and the year before that, and the year before that. Was the cancer inside you even then? Multiplying and dividing while you made love with ease and joy? Did those moments hold the seed of now, this sad, naked present, the two of you quiet in the dark of a stranger's rented house? Tom falls asleep. You do not. Outside, the ocean is black and blue, the beach grass a blanket of shadow between. You can hear the wind and the waves through the windows, hushing the sleeping landscape. You leave the bedroom and wander around this unfamiliar, familiar place in your unfamiliar, familiar body, feet bare, scuffing the floors, eyes feeding on the contents of the vacation house, curated for taste, but impersonal, heirlooms without inheritors. This is a place no one is meant to stay for long, you think, and your eyes catch your reflection in the windows. You can see them, your growths, rising above your shoulders, peeking at the lobes of your ears. They are as sharp as the edges of your forearms. You can feel their tips under the blanket in which you wrapped yourself, hovering over the dimples in your back. In the window, you can see both yourself and through, you and the world both at once. You drop the blanket and the air touches your body. The skin of your back puckers with cold, and in shock, they spread, an instinctive flail opening with a snap. They are bald like you, and ugly like you, but they can move. You can move them. You flex and stretch, watching your silhouette grow in the window until the shape of your body is not your shape at all, until the shape of your body is the outside world painted inside the shape of an angel. Upstairs, Tom is snoring. The girls are tucked safely into their beds. The world is dark and quiet. You have wings. And maybe you are dying. You wonder if you will grow feathers when the chemo stops. You wonder if the chemo will stop. You wonder if you stepped out onto the beach, if the wind would thrum against you, setting you alight. You wonder if you could rise. Thank you.